Hello, welcome back to Algebra. We're covering the concept and continuing to work with the idea of finding the maximum or minimum value of a parabola. And in fact, we're not even working typically with the vertex form. When you have the vertex form of a parabola, it's very easy to read the vertex off. And when you know the vertex, you know everything. You know what the minimum or the maximum value is. So now we're going to be, again, working with quadratics that have kind of standard form or other forms. And we just have to apply the theorem that we learned in the last section. So just a couple of problems here, just to give you a little more practice more than anything. These problems are not difficult once you have the idea. If you say that you have a function f of x, and it's going to be equal to 2x squared minus 6x plus 2. And I would like you to tell me, find the maximum or the minimum value of this function. Now, the first thing you should do is say, well, the coefficient of the x squared term is a positive number. It's a 2. So that means that without doing any work, we know the quadratic opens up like this. It opens up. And because it opens up, it has a minimum value at the bottom of the valley. So it cannot have a maximum value. We automatically know just from looking at it that it has to have a minimum value. So let's go find out what that minimum value is. And we learned a theorem in the last section that we actually derived, that if we have any quadratic, in this case, a being 2, the coefficient of the x squared term, b being negative 6, this coefficient, and c equal to 2, we learned that for the vertex, right, specifically for the x-coordinate of the vertex, it's just equal to negative b over 2a. Negative b over 2 times a. So let's go ahead and calculate that. So negative, but b is on the top and it's negative 6. 2 times a is 2 times 2. So we still have a negative out in front. So the negative 6 is on the top. We have a 4 on the bottom. And then negative times negative is positive. So we have 6 fourths. And so we're going to simplify that. We're going to say 6 fourths is equal to, we can divide by 2. So it's going to give us 3. We can divide by 2. That's going to give us 2. So what we've really figured out is that the x-coordinate of the vertex is 3/2. So right away, that's going to cause, I shouldn't say it's a problem, it just, sometimes the problems get a little more tricky because if the vertex had an x-coordinate of 1 or 2 or 3, then it's whole numbers and it's very easy. But in this case, the vertex is, the x-coordinate of it is a fraction. So in order to figure out the minimum value of this guy, we need to take that x-coordinate and stick it back into the equation because at this value of x, we know the vertex is down here somewhere. We know that the vertex of this parabola is down here at the bottom. We know the x-coordinate of this. We know that that's now 3/2. What we don't know is the y value. How do you figure that out? You stick this 3/2 into the function to figure out what the corresponding y value is. So